You fall down, get up. You fall down, get up. You fall down, pull yourself out the mud. You fall down, get up. You fall down, get up. You fall down, pull yourself out the mud. You don't ever get to choose your trials, tribulations, or blues, child. But still it's your cross to bear. Ain't nobody said it was fair. Oh, you fall down, get up. Fall down, get up. Fall down, pull yourself out the mud. Ah, you fall down, get up. Fall down, get up. Fall down, pull yourself out the mud. All right. Welcome to the mud. Yo. Welcome to the Mud Podcast. Right up here at the historic Skylark Lounge on East Austin. So tonight we have a very special guest. It's one of our elders, one of the OGs in the Austin music scene. I want y'all to pay very close attention to this man because he's going to give you so much game that you might just be a player by the end of it. My main man, Mr. Jabo. How you doing, Jabo?
I'm doing, I can't explain the way I really feel, and that's how I'm doing.
That's how you doing?
And that's exactly how I'm doing. I'm doing good.
I need to get where you at.
79 years old, and almost got up here on my own. Just a little bit more, and I would have got up here on my own. Because my first name is Jabo. My second name ain't never been told.
We're going to see if we can pry it out of you tonight.
If y'all pry hard enough, y'all will get my second name. See? But y'all ain't got an idea.
Let's talk about it, Mr. Jabo.
It'll go back to my mother when she was laying in the hospital with cancer. One day she pulled her sheet back and showed me her insides. And I said, Mama, don't that hurt? She said, what? Otherwise, she didn't have no pain down there. And I learned how to soak in the pain. And one day, the telephone rang, and they said, your mama's gone. So, this is where the first name is Jabo. My second name ain't never been told. Come in. You see? And
let's talk about that real quick, Mr. Jabo. That's one of your new songs.
That's one of my songs that I wrote about me and my mama and the blues.
On your new album called Jabo Blues.
Yes, that's it.
So it just came out this year, right?
Just come out this year.
So let's go back to the beginning. How long you been doing music?
Since I was about 9 years old.
I can't do no math, so that's about 70 years, huh?
About 70 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take it back to a point of saying it like this. I played back with T.D. Bell. I'm a drummer. Mm-hmm. I'm a professional drummer. I'm a professional bass player. But I had surgery in my back that stopped me from playing the bass and the drums, and I picked up the keyboard.
Okay. Because you had to keep it going.
So I had to keep going. I couldn't drop the fever.
Yeah.
You know, the blues is here.
And it's gonna be.
And it's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be here when I'm gone. The blues is gonna be here.
That's right.
And I heard some people tell me, Jabo, how come yours sounds so real? I said, because it is.
It don't sound real. It is real.
It is real. See, they're messing with it, messing it up. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to say they're messing it up because they're doing it the way they think they feel it. And I'm doing it the way I know I feel it.
Well, it is a feeling.
feeling. So I want to go back. Like you said, you've been doing this 70 years. From what I heard, you grew up in a beer joint in Elgin, Texas. Right?
Texas.
Tell me about those times. Like, how did that influence you as far as your music career and got you going?
Back then, they had a music store in town called Bledsoe's Music Store on 6th Street. And my mama had credit there through her boss man, and he was 50% of the bank in Elgin. So it wasn't nothing we couldn't get.
He's a big man.
Including the 57 Chevrolet two-door hardtop. It was one sitting out there in the front. And I was only 10 when I was driving over town because the policeman couldn't stop me because my mama worked for the richest man in town. And going back to what I said, my first name is Jabo. And I'm talking about that right now. My mama worked for the richest man in town.
So like they say, I told my son this a couple days ago, it ain't always what you know, but who you know.
It's who you know.
And so you know certain people, you can kind of make certain moves that other folk can't, So definitely that's why I always tell us, get your circle right. Trim the fat. If people in your circle ain't holding up their weight, or if they're pulling on you, you got to get them up out of there. You got to trim that fat because your circle is very important as far as how far you can go. So in this beer joint, because I know like James Brown grew up like in a brothel. So, and it influenced the way that he moved around and how he treated women and a lot of that stuff. But living in that that beer joint, how did that influence your music? Like the music that you want to play? What music did you hear? You told me about your mama with the jukebox.
See, mostly what I heard was the blues.
Okay.
That was most what I heard on 45s, 78s. And we didn't know nothing about no CDs. We know something about them tapes.
Yeah.
8-track tapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other stuff, we didn't know nothing about that. And I played with some of the best in Austin. T.D. Bell, he was one of the top musicians in town, the best band in town, most likely the best band in town, because there was some good ones back them days.
Yeah.
And all of them wanted me to play drums for them. And they had to come see my mama, drive 25 miles to get a note from my mama for me to go and play with them on the stage. I've been all up to Oklahoma playing drums with a guy named Ricky Ryan. See, y'all don't know him because he was younger than me. He was about 20 years younger than me. But I'm going to say it this way. He had a young brother, and we was the same age. And Ricky was an older boy, and we went up to Oklahoma, and there was all of these Indian ladies up there. And me and his brother, we were about 12 years old. We wanted to scratch. We wanted to scratch. But see, Ricky said another man to watch us. But we was caught ourselves going to sneak out the window one night.
So Ricky was cock blocking.
Yeah, you was cock blocking us. And we were going to slip out the window one night, and he was sitting down there by the window. He said, I figured y'all would be here pretty soon. So anyway, we couldn't go and we couldn't do nothing. But it was some of the pretty women I seen up there. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't going to downgrade what I got. Because what I got is one of the prettiest women in the world. I said the world. And then she said, her name is Sandra. You see? And let me tell you like this. Whatever I need, whatever I might need, she already know what I need. Did y'all understand that?
That's a teammate.
Did y'all understand what? She already know what I need.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get into something, you say, "Woo, let me get out of here."
That's one of the ones you got to keep on your
heel. And she get real quiet. She said, I know you're going to start acting up. I sure will. Because I came from the streets. I came from the blues. And the blues will set you free. If you listen to it, it'll teach you something.
Yes, sir.
The blues will teach you how to treat the next person that you're next to. See, you might act up, but she'll tell you, I've said in a minute, baby, I'm sorry. I said in a minute. But the blues will teach you that, how to say you're sorry and mean it.
So who was like some of your influences? Like who I know you heard the records growing up, but like was there any particular artist that just really caught your attention?
B.B. King and Bobby Blue Bland
was
my Superman. And there was another musicians that's been passed and gone that I learned how to play the bass behind, and his name was Hosey Hargrove.
Rosie Hargrove.
And he done already passed and gone. And he had a bass player used to come down to Elgin looking for me because he wanted to give me his bass because he didn't want to play no more because he was drunk. See? And I couldn't play with one note. One note is all I could play. And that was in E. And no changes, no 1, 4, 5 and all that, just one note. But pretty soon, I learned how to change to a second note. And then a third note. And then I got caught up in it, and I found out that Hosey didn't play by notes. He played by feelings. So I had to go back and go fishing to kind of feel what Hosey doing. So I started feeling the blues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how you getting where you going? And he told me one day, he said, Jabo, he said, when your body go to trembling, something trying to come out. Ain't nothing but the blues. He said, I was in the penitentiary and I sung my way out of there on a live sentence. And I was out of there in 3 years. The warden wanted to hang one song that I wanted to hear. And I sung it for him. And 6 months later, I was out. I said, oh.
The same thing happened with Leadbelly. I read that about him. Leadbelly, when he was in prison, he was sang for the wardens, and they told him, sing these songs for me, and I'll get you out early. So he sang his head off. You know, y'all can go read that yourself. But, yeah, that sounded like that was a common theme back then. You know, it's like, hey, if I can sing my way behind these bars.
That was the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
So as time went on, I went to thinking about me, my mama, and the blues. And I come up with, my first name is Jabo. My second name ain't never been told. And the other part of that is, I've been loving pretty women ever since I was 12 years old.
Yeah, you just told us about that.
See,
You know,
that's on that album.
Yeah.
And the part, it's kind of hard for me to get it out because the blues is setting you free, and your eyes want to close up on when it's true. But you know, it want to get a little watery. That's all right too. Ain't no good eye if it don't get watery. Did y'all hear what I said? The eyes ain't no good if it don't get watery.
You're right.
That means they got the blues in them. They feel it. And so I played with many bands.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the first black musicians that ever played in Fredericksburg.
Really?
You see? And this
How was that experience?
Yeah, look. It was 2 young men went to college in St. Marcus. Had some friends that lived in Fredericksburg.
Mm-hmm.
And their daddies and uncles and things was them guys that weighed 300 pounds, nothing but muscle.
Big old hay bellies.
Big hay bellies. And what the best part about it, they liked Jabo.
Mm-hmm.
They liked the Jabo. And one night we was playing up there, and wasn't nobody jumping and dancing, and music was so good. And I told the people, I said, let me tell y'all something. If we're not playing to suit y'all, we'll leave and go home. I said, if y'all want us to keep on continuing to play, y'all need to get on the floor. They didn't only get on the floor, they got on the floor and started fighting. And the fight was all about, they wanted to jump on Jabo, and I didn't even know it. But the 3 young men came up and put their arm around me and said, hey, Jabo with us. And if anybody got something on their mind about Jabo, said, let us know, because we want to get in on it too. And from that point on, we never had no more trouble.
No more problem.
No more problem in Fredericksburg. Yeah. And we played up there practically every Friday from 10 till 2. And boy, look here. Back then, we made $700 then, and it was in the 80s. Well, yeah, about the 80s. We made $700 and for 2 hours.
So you saying you one of the first black musicians to play in Fredericksburg in the 80s?
In the 80s.
So I don't need nobody tell me that racism was a long, long, long time ago. Cause I was alive. I was born. I was around.
See?
So, and I'm not that old. So, yeah. So let's talk about that though. I mean, I've heard so many stories about like the Chitlin circuit and all of that stuff. So, like, how did the racial climate of, especially like Texas, being in the South, how did you navigate that? Like, what did you have to deal with?
Well, in Fredericksburg, the way it was navigated, when those three brothers and nephews put their arm around me, that armored everything around, because they love to fight.
Oh yeah.
See, that's what they love to fight.
Yeah, 300 pounds. Yeah.
And so all the people in Fredericksburg knew them, so they said, we got to keep it cool because they with him.
Right.
We can't do what we wanted to do, so we have to get that off our mind. So in the meantime, here's Jabo up there with two Spanish guys and two white guys and me, one black guy.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the town where ain't no more black in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up there thinking about that. I said, if something was to get loose in here, what am I gonna do and what am I gonna, And I said, no, you can't run, and you sure can't hide. See, cause your skin is a little bit too dark for that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this: after the first night, I never had a menace thing in Fredericksburg, and it lasted until those two students graduated from Southwest.
Mm.
It lasted that long, and then they left town and stuff like that, and I think I might have played that once, and it wasn't really advertised like it was at first, but it'd be so many people in there. Every time we played, the fire marshal had to come down and shut it down till he get some of the people out.
Mm.
And I played behind, I've been a musician, a standby musician for Bobby Blue Bland on the bass.
Mm.
I've been around all of these big time players, but I never got a chance to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a standby bass player, because their bass player had got loaded, got high, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they didn't know if he was going to be able to make it. And it was for Anton.
Mm.
So they had me on the back, and they told me, said, look, Jabo, I'll tell you what. You stand behind the curtain. If we need you, we're going to tell you, then you just start playing. We're going to switch him off and switch you on. See, you stay up with every song that you do. And you know the songs that he's going to do. And we'll switch and tell him what to go to. Okay? And that's what I did. And the second one was Albert King. Albert King told me, he said, yeah, I'm going to teach you something. I'm sitting at the table with him. He says, when you can start a song off exactly the way it started off, that's all you have to do. It don't matter what you say off in there. It's the blues.
Mm.
And whatever you do with the blues, it's going to be good to you.
Yeah.
And everybody in the house, too. Because it's going to come out to the true end of it. And I said, you know what? I got to think about that. And I'm still adding that my first name is Jabo. And I'm 12 years old. Now I'm a lot older than 12 years old now. Now I got 4 kids.
Mm.
Now, and I didn't want to work. I'm gonna cut it right. You want the true story. I didn't want to work.
Yeah, well, let's get it. This the mud. This is where we get.
I didn't want to work.
Real stuff.
And every church that I would join, I quit going.
Mm-hmm.
Because they was hiring me as a bass player. And as soon as I joined that church, I quit. And why that happened, I don't know. But the church that I'm in right now, I got to stop a minute. I've been there for about 12 years. And I missed 2 Sundays, and both of them Sundays I was in the hospital.
Mm.
And I'm the bass player at that church. And
So you still playing the bass?
I'm still playing the bass.
Okay.
But I can't play. Church don't have many songs as you do on the stage.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
the stage is bam, bam, bam,
Mm-hmm.
bam, 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 like that. But in church, you do one, you stop, then you do another one maybe, then you do another one, and everything is kind of quiet like,
Right.
And then some of the stuff is slow, and if you miss a note in the church music, they don't bother about that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, whole Jabo missed a note. So.
But how did it feel? That's the question. It's the feel. It's just like
It's
like you said.
it's a feel.
Yeah.
I never forget one Sunday morning. We had a little song we had practice on, and I kept feeling that song. The keyboard player kept trying to give me the bass line on it, and I couldn't feel that. I just couldn't feel it, and all of a sudden, it come to me. What? Down Home Blues. And I started playing Down Home Blues on the bass, and the whole church got up on their feet. Did y'all hear what I said? The whole church got up on their feet.
Yeah.
And started clapping their hands. And when we got through, the preacher said, "Well, so Jabo took us to that place where he said, and it seemed like he woke things up in him.
He took him over to that old wood flow juke joint.
But took him to that juke joint." And he says, then he kind of got off of that kind of quick, because there's some of them, real church people in there. But when I play the bass in church, as they say, it's got a little blues in it too.
Well, I mean, this is just me. I grew up singing in church when I was a little bitty boy. My grandmother's deaconess and her brother was pastor, so it was like I was always at church. So that was my beginning as a singer, and I didn't, I listened to the blues a lot because my grandfather always played the blues. Like Bobby Blue Bland was his favorite. That's why I kind of laughed when you mentioned Bobby Blue Bland. I think it was more so because he kind of looked like Bobby Blue Bland, and the ladies liked him because of that. I think that was his thing. He was a little ladies man, but I ain't gonna tell all his business. But growing up singing in the church, I didn't really get into singing the blues until I moved to Austin. So I'm from Houston originally. And then when I moved out here, I moved out here as a rapper, which a lot of people don't know. I was rapping and doing like soul music, hip hop soul stuff, and it was just this one. And it's funny, it's strange. I'll get back into the story later, but it was a little young white guy. He was like 25 years old, and he heard me sing it, and he was like, "That's you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Man, you need to sing the blues." This white kid told me this. You know what I mean? I'm like 10 years old, and he's like, "You need to sing the blues." I was like, "The blues?" He was like, "Yeah." He said, "Man, Austin is a blues town. The way you sing, you'll get big out here." And I was like, all right. So we started dwelling around, and next thing I know, I'm like, I should have been doing this. It's like, because it was church. I grew up singing that same way. Like you said, it's interchangeable. And I say it like the blues, gospel music, and like soul music, like early soul music, Sam Cooke, Ray Charles kind of soul music. I call them the three sisters, the triplets. You know what I mean? And they mama was the field. Like the cotton field, the cornfield, wherever you're out there picking out there in the field and singing and getting yourself aligned with the universe and harmonizing and just making your day better and whatever you call God, connecting with that through your music. All three of those things came out of those fields. And so it's like, it's really easy to transition. That's why Sam Cooke and Ray Charles transitioned so good, and Aretha so good into what became soul music or blues music, or because they all related. It's like the same people. Like you said, you can be at the juke joint Saturday night, and then the same musician you see him the next morning at church. It's the same musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's the same feeling. It's very easy. That's why it was just such an easy transition for me when I got introduced to singing the blues out here. And like I said, it's been going really good ever since. It's just like you said, it's just a feeling. It's just, you might miss a note. I might get up there and scream a note, and it might be a little bit off. But if I scream it hard enough, somebody gonna jump up out their seat.
Yeah.
Because they felt it. does the blues mean to you as an individual musician?
The blues means this is me. This is all of me. And I'm letting it out because I want you to hear it. See, you got to understand the blues in order to accept it. And what I mean by that is, well, oh, yeah. You see what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about? That comes from my ear.
Come down there in the gut.
That comes down here.
Oh yeah.
It just come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I have had musicians on the stage with me. I say, why don't you sing one? Not Jabo, not singing behind you. Man, I don't think I'm that.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, I'm just doing what I know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just doing what I know. This is the way it come out. This is the way it come out. I ain't trying to blow you off the stage. I ain't trying to show out in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the way it come out.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't got no feelings, you can't accept me singing.
There you go.
If you ain't got no feelings, but if you got feelings, you can accept me singing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the first time down in Granger, Texas,
Yeah.
a little church down there called my girlfriend, that's where she was from, and said, Sandra, Rick and Mr. James wouldn't mind playing at our choir annual. And I told her, I said, baby, tell them I ain't never played nothing like that before.
Yeah.
I ain't never played nothing. I played on bass, but they wanted me to play the keyboard.
Mm.
Oh, man, what? I couldn't have we talk. So I kept throwing around. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, Sandra, we're going to go down there. I called the practice that Saturday, and we got down there, and I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this. But this is what we're going to have to do. I'm going to change a little bit to y'all, and then y'all got to change a little bit to me.
Yeah, well, come on, meet in the middle.
And we're going to meet in the middle. See, there she is. She's sitting right there. And we were practicing one day. I said, you got to come on, blow it. You gotta, don't choke. Don't choke. And sure enough, when she reached down and got it out of there, them notes just started falling out. The preachers, what did the preacher say, baby? The preacher said, well, y'all ought to do that note again. Y'all ought to play that one more time. And I was doing some funk music. Boom, 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 boom. And I had the keyboard on drums.
Mm.
We didn't have no drummer.
Yeah.
And when the preacher got up and stand up, he said, I tell y'all what. Said that whatever that song was, y'all do that again. And I tell you what it was. It was Precious Lord. Mm-hmm. Other words, I funked it up.
You funked it up.
I funked it up.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the way it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. It came out that way.
Just that feeling.
You know, it's that feeling that way it came out, you know?
Yeah.
And the musician that I play with now that plays keyboard, he made it known to me. He said, Jabo, I don't never want to catch you on the keyboard. Not in this church. And I hope he's listening to this because that's what he told me.
You made it too funky for him?
Huh?
You made it too funky for him? Or?
No, I might know something he don't know.
There you go. There you go. See, this is a problem. This is I run into a lot. Like I think, you know, I've been singing my whole life. So I know I can sing, but I know there's people that can eat my lunch.
Yeah.
I'm very well, you know, I'm from Houston. And there's some monsters from Houston. You talking about singing vocally? Yeah. I know they'll take my lunch money. You know what I mean? But it's like you said, it's really more so about where it's coming from.
That's right.
What's the feel? Like, cause I just get up there, man, and I, you know, like I said, I can hear and I'll sing and I do my thing, but it ain't until I just cut loose to thinking. You know, I ain't thinking no more. I'm singing now. You know what I mean? I like to say I'm singing from my balls. You know what I mean? I'm bringing it from down here, and what's gonna come out is what you're gonna get. And that's when I start seeing my success, because it's like it's this channel between you and the listener, that person that's listening. Like you said, some people, they got them antennas, and then when you hit it, like I said, I'll be up here singing and doing these old fancy runs and falsetto notes, and it's cool. But it's when I, you know, when I draw back and
get dropped down in there,
and then it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? They lose it. So it's like, because it's a feeling. It's not, you know what I mean? This is not math. You know, we're not putting numbers together. No, this is a feeling. It cannot be quantized. You can't write this on no paper. It's not a note.
No,
It's, you know what I mean?
no.
You can't quantize it. So it's that feeling. So I totally get you on that.
Me and Sandra was at a party, and I said, Sandra, I'm gonna teach you something. I said they had a live band there, and two of the musicians up there play with me. But they didn't ask me nothing. That's all right. I said I come to party down.
Yeah.
And I don't drink, but I come to party. And I was on the floor at one time with 7 women dancing in my wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
And she was clapping me on. You know, and on the end, the last song, we got a guest in the house, a special guest. We're gonna call him up. We'll call Jabo up to do Stormy Monday. You hear what I say?
Oh yeah. Some blue blend.
And I ease up there real slow and easy. And I went, ah! Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's the only way Bobby Blank could clear his throat.
Yeah.
You know, he had to clear his throat that way.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, then when he got his throat clear, sometimes he take off on 20-room house. Got a 20-room house, 20 rooms, too many.
Yeah.
You know, that's so. And but honestly, the blues is something I got it. I can't get rid of it. And I don't want to mix spiritual with it. But I'm telling you, I certainly believe I tear a church down. I take it off its pillar and bust the concrete if I go to spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her that night up there, I said, I'm going to tell you something. You see that band playing? She said, yeah. I said, look across them people there. And I said, how many heads do you see doing like that? She said, 1, 2.
That's the problem right there.
I said, listen. I said, they ain't doing nothing. Because they ain't shaking the crowd.
Right. That's all that matters.
And I said, that's what matters. You got to do something for the crowd to shake them.
You got to. So let's talk about shaking them like this here. You've been doing music for 70 years, and you just recorded your first album, Jabo Blues. So what? I want to say it like this. But I'm going to say, what took you so long to record your first album?
Money.
I hear that. So, how you feeling about that album? Now that it's done and you got it out there.
I'm gonna say it like the hill. When that album first came out and I heard it, me and Jack, that's the guy that put it to load on the album.
Okay.
We got into it big time. He'll tell you, he's in here. I'll tell you, he might be in here. I said, I went down there back. I said, man, you tell me y'all gonna do a CD about me and ain't gonna let me say nothing. I said, the name of my group is Jabo and the Old Dog.
And the Old Dog.
And y'all named me Jabo Blues.
That's right.
And I said, I ain't got nothing to say. I said, man, I want this shit. Now, if he's in here, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm straightforward when I speak.
That's right.
He never said a word. And I said, Jack, I said, I'm smarter than I look. I said, I come from the streets. I know how to turn a corner without leaning at any speed. He never said a word. And next thing I know, Jack called me, Jabo, we're going to do so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Okay. He called me again. No, Jack, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. Well, Jack, okay, I'll call him back. That's all right. I'll play it this time. He won't process.
Yeah.
In other words, a couple of my musicians said, man, let me tell you something. Jack loves you, man. And how he doing that and his skin is white and you're in the black? I don't know. Jack, I'm not going to say that because he told me not to tell nobody.
Love ain't got no skin on it.
You know,
so, you know, that don't matter. So, look, we got to get up out of here in a minute. So, I want to say it like this. I want to give you the flow look at them folk right there. Tell them what you want to tell them about Jabo and your band, the Old Dogs, where you going with it, why you still doing it, anything else you want them to know before we get out of here.
Well, this is the way I feel about Jabo and the Old Dogs. The name don't make nobody. It just puts some ink on some paper and some plastic on the turn. But my CD got some cards you can put in your phone. I didn't know nothing about all of that. That shows you how far I am behind. But Jack know about that. So I started, what do they call it? Keep your mouth shut. I started getting a little quieter. I told Jack, I said, Jack, guess what? He told me about this interview. I said, Jack, I'm going to be sharp as a tack. I'm going to be dressed in white. I said, I'm going to be dressed in white, and I'm going to do it my way of wanting to do it. And I said, is that all right with you? And I said,
so we got Mr. Jabo's CD right here.
Yeah.
Jabo Blues.
Jabo's Blues. That's my first CD. And I'm going to say it like this. These guys know what to do for Jabo. You know, they don't none of them argue with me. Well, I got one that he going to argue with. Everybody know him now. That's Bobby. He going to argue a little bit. But he don't mean no harm. He don't mean no harm. But he's a sax player. Y'all hear him tonight. I argue with him about blowing so much. I said, Bobby, can't you not blow so much? And he looked at me out of the corner of his eye. And I ain't going to say what he said. To me, he said, this is my horn. And he done turned around and bought him an $8,000 saxophone.
So he going to blow that thing.
He going to blow it. I'm just telling y'all like it is. He going to blow it. Yeah. And I said, well, you going to sing a song before you get through it? He said, well, Jabo, you going to have trouble out of me doing that. He said, I might sing one. I said, okay. That's okay, Bobby. If you want to sing one, it's okay. Then we picked up another guy. His name is Billy. Billy blow trumpet. He play keyboard. He also plays in the church. I'm going to come up. If any dog, you got to come to light. I play in the church, too. Mm-hmm. And when Billy gets here, if y'all want to go to church, we can go to church. See? And I got some musicians that know how to go to church. We got a vocal man right here. He knows where to go.
I know where to go with it.
You know where to go. See? All he wants to do is give him an E flat. He's ready to go. But in the meantime, y'all don't know how I feel inside. Boy, I feel so good inside. You know, doing what I'm doing. You know, the first musician doing this. I told my girlfriend, I said, baby, they said it's gonna be hot on that stage. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm gonna get up in my white suit. I said, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, clean.
See?
Clap doctor.
See? And I left home this morning at 10 o'clock looking for a shirt like this one. And I didn't get home to 3:30. Yeah, I didn't get home to 3:30.
Well, I'm saying it like this. We appreciate you. The Skylark appreciates you. I want to say I appreciate the Skylark Lounge for letting us do it up here. This man is a staple. He's one of the OGs of our scene, one of those trailblazers. And like I asked him earlier, like, you know, what's your inspiration? He said, I just got to keep on going. And it's just that simple. So we're going to keep on going. You know, right here in the mud, that's what it's about. It's about that authenticity. It's about the feeling. It's about the realness. And it just don't get no realer than my main man right here, Mr. Jabo of Jabo and the Old Dogs. So we're going to catch you on the next go-round. It's your man, Goldie Pipes. Keep it muddy, baby.
If you want the real blues, come listen to Jabo and the Old Dogs.